Well, it was revealed to us by Fabrizio Romano that personal terms with Julian Timber and Arsenal are not a problem. But we are happy to announce to you that personal terms have been 100% agreed between Arsenal and Julian Timber. We are going to be really letting you know what deal is going to be offered to Julian Timber and what details have gone ahead to be added onto that deal. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're really watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, it's a Sunday evening. Hope you guys are really having a wonderful time together, and we're here to bring you the third video of the day onto the Rokani Media Football. We are talking about the player that is going to find himself whether out or staying, that is Rob Holding, when Julian Timber comes in through, and Matt Turner, just found himself be the man of the match in that game of USA versus Jamaica. Let's say close to 300 likes. Smash this video and don't forget to do the needful and subscribe because we want to hit 15,000 subscribers. So guys, continue doing the needful by subscribing to this YouTube channel. Now, let's start it off like this. Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and told us that it's only Arsenal for Julian Timber at this stage, waiting for second proposal to be submitted. Personal terms agreed 2 days ago. So, Julian Timber to Arsenal looks like close, and he only wants Arsenal at this stage, though things might not change. That does not mean a permanent or a given that is going to join Arsenal, because deals have always been hijacked, and you never know who is preparing the hijack for Julian Timber anytime from now. But as we understand, it's all about only and only Arsenal. For starters, Julian Timber is sold on an idea to go on and really play ball for the Arsenal side. Now we look at personal terms. Julian Timber is going to be earning between £80,000 to £150,000. That's going to be the range in which his first salary at Arsenal is gonna be. And I think if at all he looks good, obviously they'll come in through and obviously make an extension, especially after his first 2 seasons, because he's signing a contract of 5 years, 4 years and 1 optional year at Arsenal. So that means he's going to be at Arsenal until 2028, provided the deal has been approved by Ajax. The stumbling block is all about Arsenal valuing the player between 40 to 43 million pounds, and Ajax want 50 to 55 million pounds, and Arsenal needs to work out a deal with Ajax to see that they get this player's deal over the line. And last season, Ajax looked like when they're selling to Manchester United, it was all ugly. It was all ugly. Close to 50 million pounds for Lisandro Martinez, Anthony, 85 million pounds, you remember. So, but when they're saying the likes of Gravenberch to Bayern Munich, they only got 25 million euros. That is like 20 million pounds. So as it stands, it's all about Ajax knowing that we are selling to the team in the Premier League, and you Premier League teams have money, get us the money that we want. But it said Arsenal might reach a compromise or a common ground with the Ajax side to get Julian Timber deal over the line. Now, after that, Fabrizio Romano told us that Julian Timber believes Arsenal have the perfect project for his future. Manager and club's plan immediately convinced the player. Arteta's having big influence, as he did with Kai Havertz. Second bid expected soon, more than 40 million euros to advance in talks with Ajax. Sorry about that, but I want to confirm to you that it's now one of those things that you'll always understand about these deals, that it's always the manager having a very clear influence over the player coming to the club of Arsenal. The manager has to get his phone, talk to the player, and convince him that I'm going to do the needful to really give you enough playing time, as at the age of 21, 22, all a player wants is to be playing football game in, game out, unless otherwise he is not really of good quality. When you look at Julian Timber, he's a player whose quality doesn't afford to be put on the bench, and Arteta had to be influential in assuring him that you are going to be played as a right-sided centre-back or a right-back at Arsenal. So, as it stands, as Arteta did to convince Kai Havertz to come in through and obviously join Arsenal, and him still doing the same job to convince Declan Rice to come in and play for Arsenal. Second bid of Arsenal is expected soon, more than 40 million euros. So the deal might be done at 35, 40 something as for Fabrizio Romano, but Ajax want in more for the player. And the good thing is that the player now loves Arsenal. Perfect project for his future, and you understand why Arsenal is a perfect project for his future. It's because of how Mikel Arteta is going to hate to show his improvement on other players at that Arsenal side, and everyone is excited to really meet one another, especially Julian Timber and Mikel Arteta, as the plan presented to Julian Timber has been approved by Arteta, and he wants exactly to see what will happen when the player really comes in through. So this week that we are starting on Monday, Arsenal has 2 bids to really submit. The third bid, which could act as the final for Declan Rice, and the other bid of Julian Timber. That's supposed to be the second one after rejecting the first one of 30 million euros that was submitted in the mid of, I think it was on Monday, right? Monday night, that's when the story was broken, that Arsenal have gone ahead to submit in a bid of 30 million euros by David Austin, and it was rejected by Ajax. So let's see how that's going to pan out. But all I can let you know is that Arsenal is working on 3 deals, that of Lavia, Julian Timber, and Declan Rice. That of Kai Havertz looks like it's really going to be confirmed next week and is going to be unveiled as an Arsenal player, and we expect the medicals to be done over the weekend and then see everything being given green light to see to it that he signs everything and gets unveiled as an Arsenal player holding that shirt number that is expected to be shirt number 29. Now, after that, let's talk about one of the players who is going to be affected by the coming in of Julian Timber, if at all the deal is done and dusted by Arsenal. And we've been told by RJ Arsenal blog that Rob Holding will stay at Arsenal. Arsenal working on a deal set to expire in 2029. Arteta is said to be blown away by his commitment to the club, with Holding said to be particularly adept at card tricks and rapping to lift the mood a little bit. Now, I understand that every team has such kind of players. That is it. Players that lift up the mood, and obviously keep the team energized and happy. So, as it stands, for Rob Holding, the only reason that will keep him here at the club of Arsenal is not sporting, because he's not going to get that many game time for him to play at Arsenal. But Arteta sees him as what we call the cheerleader of the club of Arsenal, and he has on several occasions come out and really taken the players to the moon by tricking cards and rapping, especially when the team is really down. And that's what it is why Arteta wants to keep him at Arsenal, to see to it that he doesn't lose out on such a cheerleader. And we don't know whether they're having another cheerleader in the squad, because if you let him go, as rumors have been floating around, you're losing a cheerleader who has gone ahead to be doing his job perfectly. And the beauty with him is he's not complaining of playing time. That is Rob Holding, and he'll always go ahead and be a submissive player to the club. 27 years of age, other teams are really looking at him, but he doesn't want to leave. And Mikel Arteta believes that having such a player like him at your team will be something great day in, day out, to really take you to the next level, because he won't cause chaos in the dressing room, but he'll only give you the vibes that take you to the next level, and obviously give you the best energies for the players around. So that is Rob Holding, a player that I believe, if at all he was so much focused on his career, he would have gone ahead to retell Mikel Arteta, Timber is coming in through. There is Saliba, there is Ben White who can play in my position. I have no reason to play here. And even when I had played some games, you went ahead to show that you don't trust me, and you did the needful. And what was the needful that he did? He found himself in a situation of really benching him and playing a left-footed player onto the right-sided centre-back. So that was a sign of not trusting him, and he went ahead to put in Jakub Kiwior on the right-sided centre-back position. So that was a sign of distrust, and if at all he was a player who wanted to go, he would have gone ahead to use that as a benchmark to find himself in a situation of obviously getting it over the line. So as it stands, Rob Holding looks like he's staying at Arsenal, and he found himself in a situation of really getting there as soon as possible. So let's leave that at that, and let's talk the magician of Arsenal, who went ahead to stop a penalty coming in from the guy that plays for Aston Villa. He's known as Leon Bailey, and the game ended 1-1, and they leveled late, and it was the CONCACAF in there for you, and he found himself in a position of really saving a penalty. They would have gone ahead to cost them a game, as they would have gone ahead to go 2-0 down in that position, and even by the time the goal of Brandon Vasquez came in through, it wouldn't have been of impact. But he went ahead and really solved that equation of saving a penalty, and he gave USA a very good point that they deserved. And guess what? He was named the man of the match because of the number of shots he had to clear to give USA those 2 well-deserved points, because USA had 13 shots, Jamaica had 6, 4 shots on target by USA, 3 shots on target by Jamaica. USA had 68% ball possession and Jamaica had 32, but obviously they had to find themselves in a situation of doing the needful. Now, when you look at USA, Matt Turner started in goal. That is an Arsenal player. Then this time around, they never had. Where is Balogun? I did see Balogun into this, and even on the bench, Balogun was not there. I don't know the reason as to why he wasn't there on the bench. Has he gone ahead to gate an injury? That will be clarified to us by the US national team coach. So, your thoughts on to Julian Timber personal terms 100% agreed are welcome in the comment section below. Matt Turner, man of the match, 1-1, America versus Jamaica. What do you make about it? And lastly, Rob Holding, one of those players that doesn't want to leave Arsenal, and Mikel Arteta is willing to leave him for non-sporting reasons. Would you keep him at the club of Arsenal if at all you bring in Julian Timber? Yes or no into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living true God protect you abundantly, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers, you are just out of this world, and may Allah reward you abundantly, as you are just the best that has ever gone ahead to happen to this world. Ciao, ciao.